Okay, I'm going to do a continuation of my previous talk about, well, everything I do is primarily about consciousness. But the next thing I'm going to talk about, it gets back to the last lecture when I said a group of people or a single person can be pondering an idea and they can energize the idea with a lot of emotional energy. And that idea can be picked up by other people because there's vibrations associated with that idea held in one person's mind that other people can pick up on using intuition. So there's some kind of transfer of information. I'm holding an idea in my mind and it's got an emotional attachment to it, and somebody somewhere else who's very intuitive picks up on whatever it is that I've got in my mind and they get it. How does that go from the idea here to someone else? I'm calling it vibrations, but it's not really vibrations in the air. I don't think the air carries it. It's like some other kind of consciousness thing that your intuition picks up on it. People call it vibes. I mean, if you walk into a room after someone's had a huge argument, sensitive, empathic people will be able to feel that energy they say it's in the air, but is it in the air or it's just in the room? You can't really say. It could be in the air. The work of Dr. Emoto with water crystals says that if you put pleasant ideas into water and then you crystallize it, you'll get beautiful crystals. And if you put ugly, hateful ideas into the water and then crystallize it or try to crystallize it, you don't get nice crystals, you get ugly. Some people say Dr. Emoto is a fraud or a pseudoscientist. Is it true? I haven't tried the experiments myself, but you could do it. What he would do is, for example, he would take a beaker of water, liquid water, and he would put some masking tape over one side and get a black marker and write something hateful. Like he would put maybe Adolf Hitler's name on that. And then he would make his crystals. I'm not sure how he made his little tiny crystals, or did he? I'm not sure. You'd have to maybe pick up some information on Emoto. He had books and there was websites, and take a look at the crystals. And he might have used microscopes, might have made little tiny crystals. I'm not sure, but you could do it yourself and see if it's true. I haven't done it. I'm just passing the information. But if it's true that your idea could affect the surrounding air, well, how far would that go? It doesn't seem right. I mean, sound does get carried by air, and it only goes a certain distance. And some people's intuition is way further than sound, right? So I don't think these vibrations you're picking up in the room are in the air. They're in consciousness, but exactly what form of consciousness, I don't know. It's a good research topic. So let's see. So let's say I've got a business and there's someone in my business that I'm the boss and I'm thinking I'm going to fire somebody. And I've been holding this idea in my mind, and the person that I want to fire picks up by intuition the feeling of dread. The body responds to this feeling. The boss, has got the idea they're going to fire this person, and that person indeed picks up the vibration that they're going to get fired, and they got a feeling of dread. Some people might not feel dread because the boss has got the idea of firing them. Some people probably would The boss fires me, big deal. I'll just go down the street and get another job. But some people are really, really tied to the job that maybe they've been doing it for their whole life. They've had a career doing this job, and they're not ready to quit the job of their own free will, but they get a vibration that someone in authority over them, the boss, is going to fire them. And they get a feeling of dread because it means they're going to lose the thing that they love to do, which is why they've done it their whole life. And somebody else might say, well, you could still go down the street and do the same kind of job for somebody else. But it didn't happen that way. And this person really felt dread, so much so they dropped dead from dread about being fired from the job they wanted to do. Did the boss's intention to fire this person result in them dropping dead? Stories for boys and girls.